Seats continue to fill up for the 2021 NASCAR Xfinity Series season as Brandon Jones looks like he will be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing for the 2021 season. What's going on, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to another video. As I just mentioned at the beginning of this episode, Brandon Jones is going to be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 car for the 2021 season. In my honest opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of Brandon Jones, but I am glad that he is going to be running next year for Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 car once again. When you talk about Brandon Jones from 2018 to 2020, Brandon Jones has taken major steps forward. Yes, the Joe Gibbs Racing cars are not that bad in Xfinity. They're actually pretty good, but they've been a little bit weaker this year, in my opinion. And Brandon Jones has a lot of money and a lot of funding behind him, but you have to be able to take it to the next step. He has been able this year to really up his game in 2020. Brandon Jones this year has been able to score 3 victories up to this point at Kansas, Phoenix, and I think at Darlington, if I'm not mistaken, were the 3 races he was able to win. I think, honestly, he kind of got lucky at Kansas because there was a late race caution. He was able to drive his way up to the front. He pretty much earned the win at Darlington. Yes, he had kind of got lucky as well there with Darlington with Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain. But he was right there in position to do that, so that's why he's able to win that race. And Phoenix straight up earned that win, beat Kyle Busch, fair and square. That is probably one of the most impressive races he has had. And I just look at his other stats this year. I mean, he's got 9 top 5s, 16 top 10s. He has 1 pole this year, and he's led 144 laps. His average finish is only a 13th place, which, if you really look at those stats, that really isn't that bad. His average start is 7.2. So his average finish, he has right now on track to have his best season in his NASCAR Xfinity Series career, which it really is considering he has taken major steps forward this year in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Brandon Jones personally, but like I said, he has really improved as a driver this year. Yes, the Xfinity Series field is definitely a lot weaker than it was when Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, and guys like John Nemechek and William Byron were in the series when he started. But you have to be able to, when those guys jump out of there and go up to the Cup Series, you have to be able to step it up to the plate, and he's definitely stepped it up to the plate. So I think, in my opinion, he has pretty much earned the opportunity to come back to Joe Gibbs Racing in 2021 because I don't think he would have been ready for Cup. Now, with Brandon Jones returning to Joe Gibbs Racing for the 2021 season, that leaves one question. Who's going to drive the 96 car next year for Gone Brothers Racing? It had been rumored, and it's been rumored for a while, that Brandon Jones, after Daniel Suarez left the team, that Brandon Jones was going to be taking over the 96 car in 2021. With the fact that he will be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing's number 19 car next year, that will not be the case. So what drivers could I see end up taking over that Gone Brothers Racing car for the 2021 season? That's a big question now we're asking. It's like I said, he was in the running for that car. One of the drivers is Erik Jones. Erik Jones is still a Toyota driver up to this point, but he will not be returning to Joe Gibbs Racing for the 2021 season. But it has been reported recently that talks between him and Rich Motorsports look to be headed in the right direction since the 37 car, Ryan Preece is most likely to re-sign with that organization for the 2021 season. So Erik Jones might end up going to 43 car, and it continues to be rumored, and a lot more people, including the Door Bumper Clear podcast, the podcast that I think Tab Boyd and Brett Griffin do. I think those are 2 I don't remember. Don't quote me. I think those are 2 to do that podcast. And they're saying it the same thing. I'm saying that he's probably going to end up in the 43 car. Another driver that could end up driving his car is Corey LaJoie. And I think Corey LaJoie is a very likely candidate to take over the 96 next year. Corey LaJoie is now returning to Go Fast Racing's number 32 car for the 2020 season. Now, there have been rumblings and recent rumors that he could end up driving for Junior Motorsports next year in 2021 on a part-time basis. But I really don't know if that is going to come to fruition. It wouldn't shock me if he ends up in the 96 car. I mean, like I said, he doesn't have a ride as of right now for next year. I mean, he is also in a candidacy for the 98 car at the moment. But I think that 98 car is going to go to another Toyota driver since the 18 car at the moment is being rumored to be All-Star car. I think Riley Herbst is probably going to take the 98. So this could end up being where he goes. He also could end up driving for Spire next year or another organization. But it's being rumored that Corey LaJoie could also be in the running for this car as well. Another driver that is being rumored is Daniel Hemrick. Now, Daniel Hemrick has not re-signed with Junior Motorsports to kind of run that part-time deal where they've had multiple drivers in that All-Star car, the number 8 car in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I'm not sure if he's returning. Hasn't done fantastic in the cars, and also it's been a lot of bad luck, a lot of bad timing, and that car has had a lot of mechanical problems because that car is really, really fast on a week-to-week basis, but he does get the finish days there. But Daniel Hemrick, the last few times he's been in the car, has been really, really good, and maybe he'll end up re-signing with that team, maybe take the early part of a 2020 season before Sam Mayer takes over that car for a majority of the 2021 season in the second half, since Sam Mayer will be turning 18 in the second half, and Sam Mayer will be driving that car next year. That is a big possibility, but Daniel Hemrick is a driver that is into candidacy. And then there also is the possibility maybe Harrison Burton could go to Cup next year and drive the 96 car. But in my honest opinion, I don't think Harrison Burton is ready for the Cup Series at the moment. He has not done terrible in the Xfinity Series. He does have 2 victories this year at Auto Club and Homestead Miami Speedway, but he's had recently kind of a degrading second half of the year. Hasn't been as good. He hasn't been bad, but he got eliminated in the round of 12, and a lot of people thought he was in contention maybe to make it to the Final Four in the NASCAR Xfinity Series after a really strong start to the season. But really, since the second half, like I said, he's really not been as good, and I really don't feel confident that he's going to be in Cup. I think it's going to come down to either Daniel Hemrick or Corey LaJoie, who is going to end up driving that car. I think those are the 2 drivers that are really, really in the major running for that car for the 2021 season. There also possibility that Gone Bros Racing could shut down, but there's probably end up being driver to Gone Bros, whether it is a paid driver from like a lower series like the Xfinity or Truck Series, or it's going to be one of the drivers that I mentioned here. Could be in the running for that car, because like I said, I think the 98 car is probably unfortunately going to end up being Riley Herbst. That's being rumored. I don't think Riley Herbst is really going to do much in that car. Anyways, but yeah, great to see Brandon Jones coming back to the NASCAR Xfinity Series next year. I think he's going to do pretty well next year. I think he will be a contender. What are my expectations for him next year? I think he'll win about the same amount of races, 3 or 4 races, but I do think he will get better. He'll be more consistent because he's definitely taken a major step in improvement this year, and I think Brandon Jones will do better next year. I think he will be a championship contender next year because I think the field's going to get a little weaker considering Chase Briscoe's probably moving up the Cup, and you're going to see Austin Cindric in Cup in the near future. But you have to beat Austin Cindric next year since Chase Briscoe's probably getting the 14 car. Anyways, that is going to be it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on so you'll be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Link description below for that. And comment your thoughts on today's video. How do you think Brandon Jones is going to do next year when he returns to Joe Gibbs Racing for the 2021 Xfinity Series season? Do you think he's going to do well there or not? Let me know in the comments below. And who do you think right now is in the running for the 96 car? Who do you think is going to be? Do you think it's going to be Daniel Hemrick? Do you think it's going to be Harrison Burton, Eric Jones? Or do you think it's going to be Corey LaJoie ends up driving the 96 car next year? Let me know in the comments below. The 400 subscriber Q&A will be out here in the near future, probably later in the week, maybe next Saturdays. Not next Saturday. This upcoming Saturday is when I'm kind of looking at releasing that to you guys. I have to have a little more time for that. I'm hoping to have that out really, really soon. So stick around the channel. Make sure if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you do like it so YouTube can recommend my videos out to more of you guys so you guys get to enjoy great content like this. Anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.